You're rocking with the best.
Buckeye City, rocking with Grander Radio. Let's go.
Metro in the morning, DJ Metro, Jay Blaze.
Popping.
Woo! Man, NBA virtual life.
Hey.
But you know what? We got the main man that can probably get us to those $1,500 seats.
Let's go.
With a little financial planning.
Let's go.
I know we can have a little bit of extra money.
Go on and introduce
to
him,
splurge.
please. I'm ready to get to this knowledge. I'm ready.
Yeah,
let's
on
go.
those $1,500 seats, and we can hang out with Spike, as we were discussing earlier.
We can.
So right now we have Mr. Dondrea Brown of 1428 Financial Wellness in the building. What's going on, sir?
What's up, y'all? How's it going?
Hey, it's going. It's going.
As early as going. Beautiful day.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day. So first of all, 1428. How did you come up with that name for your business?
Yes, so not to make a long story longer, but what what happened was in college, I got into a lot of just financial craziness. What I did was got into student loan debt, got into some credit card debt, and got frustrated. My mom was struggling, so I really wanted to get myself out that situation. So what I did was I started to study the likes of Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey was giving me a lot of this information, and one of the Bible scriptures that he quoted was Luke 14:28, and he said Jesus told his disciples, before you build a building, you must count the cost. And I was like, that set with me for a long time. So once I decided I wanted to become an entrepreneur, I was looking for a name for my business, and Luke 14:28 had always resonated with me because I always look at developing a plan and counting the costs, right? So I decided to just have the words 1428, and ever since then, I rock with it.
Okay, good deal. So in your financial studies and your financial planning, how did you? So I understand you have a book out and you have a workbook and all that, right?
Yes.
So how did you? What made you come up with a workbook for the people? So
going back to 1428 and the motto and philosophy, our mission is to help you take control of your finances, right? And when we all think about control, right, we're like, man, it's so hard to take control of things that we need work in and we struggle with. But more importantly, when we go out there to seek guidance and education from other people, what they fail to do is teach it to us. And what I mean by us in our identity, whether we're black, whether we're a single father, whether we're entrepreneur. So whatever identity we have, we don't really get the direct language to our culture. So what I did was I developed culturally responsive financial literacy.
Okay.
So I looked...
I just had to say that one more time. Say that one more time.
Culturally responsive financial literacy.
Okay.
So what we do is we put you in the center so that you can take control. So we want to know you, right? So I don't engage anyone about finances until I know who you are. I'm not going to tell you to invest in something if I don't know you, right? Because investing might not be your thing, or you may not want to invest. To help you take control is for you to take control. So one of the things I thought was vital was having people have something that they can read and engage with. First, I started on this whole online kick. I'm like, I'm going to throw everything online, and then I had somebody come up to me after a workshop like, can I actually have something I can write on? I like to write. I'm like, oh, people still like to write. Yeah, so what I did was, I created my own workbooks. I have one for you, one for you.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yep, and on the cover it says, nope, I'm not buying that. I'm focused on my finances.
Oh, man. Yeah.
And the dope thing about it is when we think about marketing and branding, right? We love to wear other people's brands. We love to do what they're telling us to do, right? Nike says just do it, right? I tell people, nope, you see my mask. I even got my mask.
Okay.
All day.
Oh, wow, yeah.
I'm in the store.
Yeah.
Because even when we think about marketing, marketing is created to get you to do something, to buy, get emotional response. So I do reverse marketing. You tell me to buy this, I'm going to tell you no.
Okay.
And then if you ain't got it in your planner, you can have it as a t-shirt.
Oh,
wow.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So I got y'all covered. I tell people wear with confidence. Be confident about your finances. When you think about wealthy people, right, they're typically confident, right? Or people who are confident. right? Or in control. They walk a certain way, they talk a certain way. And why should we kind of hide the fact that we are conservative or responsible spenders? Right? And we make healthy financial decisions. So that went behind making the planner and making everything after that. And then the other book I have out is called Manifest More Money. So it's a book of financial affirmations to help people speak life into their finances. There's a lot of power in the tongue, right?
Yeah. Now, how long have you been involved with 1428?
So I started my business 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What specifically keeps you going, especially with everything that we're dealing with now? Mm-hmm. Why is this something that moves you? Why is this your impact point?
For sure. So what happened was, growing up, my mom was a single parent. She took care of 6 kids.
Okay.
And she struggled financially. But the biggest part was, I didn't know she struggled financially. I felt that she struggled financially. She was stressed. She was depressed. She was angry. So my relationship to money was that, right? Because she would carry that into the household. When bills came, you knew her mood. Her mood shifted. She felt bad when she couldn't do stuff for us. There were things that we wanted to do, and she wouldn't tell us why she couldn't do it. She just kept saying no, right?
Yeah.
So the thing that drives me and the mission behind my business is when someone can call me and say, "I'm so happy I talked to you. I was able to save $1,000 extra a month. I was able to go on a vacation. I've never been on a vacation. I was able to start to save for retirement. I never had a bank account until I started connecting with you. I was scared to file my taxes until I talked to you." So knowing that I can help change those lives, because I'm a firm believer of community, right? So as a child, I knew that in talking to my mom, because it's also strengthened a relationship and a communication that I have with my mom today, because I went back and talked to her now. As a man, learning like, finances ain't no joke. You had a lot of responsibility. And one of the things she said was, I didn't know how to manage my money because nobody taught me. I said, that will never be an excuse for my kids. I teach my kids how to make money every day. My daughter, she wrote her own book. She makes her own money. And again, she does what she likes to do. I'm like, if you can sit at home and go grocery shopping and go grocery shopping, how about we go grocery shopping and you get a percentage of it? Right? You go grocery shopping for other people. So again, my business is really built on community building, cultural relevancy, and ensuring that we be the last generation to start from scratch.
Wow, that's some powerful information right there. I mean, you got my head, my wheels spinning. They're spinning.
You know, my mind gets to going. Yeah.
So in your financial planning with clients or what have you, what's the first step? Would you start off with a budget for your clients, or what's the first step that one needs to take to get started? Yeah.
So the first step is a conversation.
Okay.
Right? Tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell me about some of your financial successes, some of your financial failures. Do you have financial goals, right? Because we're trying to build the mindset. We forget that before we jump into something, we have to see and believe it, right? We have to visualize it. We should be able to say it and then jump into it. What happens is we typically jump into it, and I'll use a quick example, investing. People are like, I want to invest in the stock market. Like, okay, you do this. They'll invest in the stock market, and then they'll pull their money. They're either scared or they need the money.
Right.
So before we take those steps, let's learn what you truly want to do instead of everyone else telling you what to do.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
Go
ahead.
So just since I think it was last week, we had a conversation. We were talking about group economics. Right. And more recently, I've had a couple conversations with some friends, and they've been trying to explain to me the concept of a SUS. Is that something that you deal with? Is that something that, can you explain that to us?
So I don't deal with that in particular. What I really deal with is accountability.
Okay.
Right? And building accountability systems, structures. So one thing I learned in studying Dave Ramsey, studying Robert Kiyosaki, listening to all these people talk about finances, is there are many different ways to skin a cat. Right? So we can get lost into so many people telling us, how to think, what to do, which there's some power in gaining knowledge.
Right.
But at the same time, I've learned to place more knowledge into developing a system that allows you to create what works for you. So for example, let's take healthy eating, for example. Every other week, there's something else healthy you should eat.
Right. Exactly.
Which can be frustrating for people.
Right.
It can actually work against the model of being healthy. It's like, I don't know what to do now.
Right.
I don't know if it's seed moss. I don't know if it's avocado. I don't know. So my information to them would be, make sure that you're doing what we know you should do. Burning calories.
Right.
Right? If you want to have your soda, then that's up to you. But understand you got to burn it. Right? Then you also have to develop a healthier mindset, because it's going to shift your diet regardless.
Right.
So what are you feeding your brain? Who is in your circle? Who's around you? Right? Who's helping you understand that may not be something that you want to do and something you want to take. So instead of group economics, I study behavioral economics. And behavioral economics is companies and markets knowing your behavior.
Right.
So they shift everything based on our behavior.
So if I can interject, that's kind of like an online Amazon thing. So they see me buying this particular item or going for this and going for that. Next thing you know, it's popping up and it's coming up left and right, because they figured out what I like to spend my money on. Okay.
They also know the colors that you like.
They do.
They know when you want to buy. They know all those things, right?
Yeah.
My daughter, when she was 5 years old, and this is when I knew that I needed to start a nonprofit, which is Young Money Finance, but also teach my kids. One day she said, "Daddy, I want to buy something." I said, "Why?" She was like, "I don't know. I'm just watching this YouTube video." And in the YouTube video, it's nothing but a child just going to go buy stuff. So we typically see, or what we see is what we want to do and be.
Right.
So I had to change what she sees. So I'm like, you can still watch some of that, but you definitely going to watch people managing their money. You're going to watch that a little closer. But then we're going to talk about what it means to make that kind of money. So that's why she started her own YouTube channel. And that's why she can have a conversation about how to save, spend, and give.
Okay, so you just mentioned your nonprofit. What is that?
Young Money Finance.
Young Money Finance is coming up. I want to get into that, find out a little bit more about Young Money Finances. Dondrea Brown, my guy.
1428 Financial Wellness. Yeah, okay. We'll be right back. Keep it locked.